Good morning, everyone. Before I begin, I would first like to welcome all of you to this meeting and thank you for your continued commitment to providing the best education and the best experience for our students. It goes without saying that each of you are invaluable to the success of this department and this institution. Now, what brings all of us in centralized advising here today is something that in the past has been seen as a looming and overwhelming challenge, something that I hope today we can address, demystify, and ultimately overcome in order to truly understand how efficiently we are securing the achievement of our students. That thing is assessment. Assessment, put simply by Dr. James Archibald, Interim Vice President of Student Affairs, tells you where you are. Nothing more, nothing less. I know that many of us are hesitant to participate in assessment because it leaves our department vulnerable. However, vulnerability does not necessarily mean we should be wary. On the contrary, while making ourselves susceptible to criticism and critique, we are also gaining the opportunity to learn what we are accomplishing well. This, my colleagues, is the essence of positive assessment. As funding is becoming increasingly slim for our beloved university, we must approach assessing our department with that in mind. How are we using our resources to create positive advising experiences? Is evidence of that experience reflected in our retention and attrition rates? How can we cut costs and still remain efficient? By allowing our department to go under the microscope, we can answer all of these questions and in turn become better informed about the direction in which we as a whole should focus our efforts. Moreover, it could be seen as a reminder of the devotion of this university to helping mold students into lifelong learners, as our student mission states. It is a testament to the values that our administrative leaders have deemed important for our office to even be selected to undergo assessment. This shows that we are an integral part of what makes this university successful. Ergo, we must take the necessary steps to produce at the highest levels. The first being removing the negative connotation surrounding assessment and replacing it with a more constructive discourse, which I believe we are doing here today. But even with progress, there will always be a certain hesitancy to change, especially when one is faced with examination. Further, if there is no clear leadership support and the necessary resources to carry out that examination, resistance is inevitable. That is why I charge all of you with being active and vocal about how we can best fulfill the mission of this university while simultaneously fulfilling our own mission to increase both graduation and retention rates and provide academic support. We are the first point of contact for our first-year students. We are the channels through which they ask questions about all of the various services this university provides. We are essentially the first impression that a student has of VSU once they step onto our campus. Therefore, it is our responsibility to create an assessment that encourages us to meet the goals we have set for ourselves and then to exceed them. What are we good at? Where do we excel? Once we have established what our strengths are, we must then be critical about our weaknesses. Some things are obvious just based on statistics. Academic advising and its impact on students isn't necessarily one of those things. We are certainly subject to the rise and fall of institutional hard numbers, but we are also assessed by students' accounts of their interactions with us. It is the latter that makes what we do, how we do it, and how well we do it so important. Let us prove ourselves as an imperative contributor to this campus. The road will be both long and hard, but we have already achieved great success just by engaging in this conversation. I understand that some of us may always feel uncomfortable about change, especially in this regard. However, I hope that we all take an active role in facilitating progress, even in the face of unease. It is not my intent to downplay the journey we have ahead of us, but in order to be the best at what we do, we must first take special care to address and revamp the areas in which we have fallen short. That dedication, along with the support of our leadership, will undoubtedly result in our triumph, visible to all parties involved. As you return to your respective offices, I hope that you will think of assessment with confidence and vigor previously unknown. Thank you again for your time.